Everyone left this alien beast to die, except the humans. Beginning, the beast no one wanted. The twin suns of Kara burned red-orange across the wasteland, casting jagged shadows over the battlefield. The war between the Arkan Dominion and the Dractyl beast had raged for years, leaving planets scarred, skies poisoned, and billions displaced. On the cracked plains of Valor Prime, among rusting husks of war machines, a colossal creature stirred. The Dractyl were feared across the galaxy, towering, tusked, reptilian titans bred for destruction. Their hides were tougher than armored plating, their blood acidic enough to melt through steel. But this one was different, smaller than most, scarred and limping. It lay in a crater left by an orbital strike. Its scales were cracked, one of its wings torn. Its great amber eyes, once filled with fury, now only reflected pain. The Arkan soldiers found it first. They circled from a distance, weapons raised. The commander sneered. "Leave it. Let it rot. A wounded Dractyl is a useless Dractyl. No point wasting plasma rounds." They left, their gunships kicking up clouds of ash. Soon, scavenger drones buzz overhead, scanning for salvage. Civilians who'd survived the siege whisper the beast. Some spat curses at the mention of it. Others trembled in fear, urging children to stay away. To the galaxy, the creature was nothing but a monster. It had crushed cities, torn apart armies, spread fire across worlds. Now, crippled and bleeding, no one came to help. No one except the humans. Humanity had only recently entered galactic politics. They were newcomers, strange to both the Arkan and the Dractyl. Most species considered them naive, fragile, soft-hearted. They lacked the genetic modifications, ancient technologies, or ruthless traditions of the older civilizations. And yet, humans carried something the others did not, a stubborn refusal to turn away from suffering. It was on the third day, when the suns dipped low and shadows stretched long, that the humans found it. A small convoy of humanitarian workers, medics, engineers, and relief soldiers had been sent to Valor Prime to aid the displaced. They heard the low, mournful rumble echoing through the wastes. At first, they thought it was another dying machine, but when they crested the ridge and saw it, every instinct screamed to retreat. The Dractyl beast was massive even in weakness, its claws like scythes, its chest rising and falling in ragged breaths. Most froze in fear. Some reached for their rifles. But Captain Elias Ward, the human leading the convoy, didn't raise his weapon. He only looked at the beast's eyes, and in them he didn't see rage. He saw sorrow. "Hold fire," Ward ordered. "It's not attacking. It's dying." Middle, the choice that changed everything. The medics protested. "Captain, that thing has slaughtered entire colonies. It's not worth saving. Even if we tried, its biology is alien. We don't have the equipment. What if it's a trap? What if it's just waiting to tear us apart?" Ward listened, then shook his head. "Maybe it deserves death. Maybe it doesn't. But we don't get to decide who lives and dies. We're human. We help." Against all odds, the humans stayed. They set up camp on the ridge. Engineers erected shields to mask their presence from scavenger drones. Medics cautiously approached, scanning the beast's wounds. They discovered jagged shards of shrapnel lodged deep in its torso. Its torn wing dripped with caustic blood. Infection spread across its scales like burning moss. And yet, when they approached, the beast did not lash out. It only watched, its enormous eyes following every movement, a low rumble in its throat. Not a growl, but something closer to a plea. Dr. Ronna Kessler, xenobiologist, was the first to make real progress. She spent hours studying its physiology. Its cells were unlike anything she'd seen, shifting, adaptive, constantly regenerating until exhaustion forced collapse. With careful adjustments, she synthesized a serum to slow the infection. Days turned into weeks. The humans worked tirelessly. They brought vats of nutrient broth, filtered water from the wasteland, and machinery to stabilize the beast's breathing. Some even sang while they worked. Soft human songs carried on the dry wind. The beast began to respond, rumbling in harmony, closing its eyes as if comforted. One evening, as the suns dipped below the horizon, Private Marcus Vane dared to do what no alien in the galaxy would have imagined. He reached out and touched it. His hand rested against a cracked scale. The beast flinched, but did not strike. Instead, it exhaled, a gust of warm air carrying the faintest sound. A word, not in human tongue nor Arkan dialect, but something deeper, a vibration that resonated in the chest more than the ears. Dractyl were never thought capable of language beyond snarls and roars. And yet, this one spoke. Why help? The camp fell silent. The humans stared at one another. Then Ward answered simply, because no one else will. That night, the beast revealed its name, at least as close as human tongues could pronounce it. Zirathul. It had once been a war leader among the Dractyl, bred for battle, driven to fight. But when it refused to slaughter civilians on a conquered moon, its own kin turned on it. During the siege of Vela Prime, it had been struck down, not by humans, but by its own kind, left as carrion. It was an exile, a traitor, a monster, even of monsters. And yet, the humans stayed. Weeks stretched into months. Zirathul began to heal. Its wings stitched together, its strength returned. It began to speak more, learning the strange cadence of human words. It asked about Earth, about oceans, about forests filled with birds. It marveled at the idea of humans who nurtured instead of destroyed. The humans, in turn, learned from Zirathul. They heard of the Dractyl's creation, engineered as living weapons by the Archon long ago, then abandoned when they became too dangerous. They were not born monsters. They had been shaped into them. But word of the humans' actions spread. Spies whispered. Soon both Archon and Dractyl warships circled Vela Prime, demanding answers. The Archon saw humans as reckless meddlers, shielding an enemy that should be exterminated. The Dractyl saw betrayal, one of their own saved by prey. The humans stood alone, ending the beast and the humans. The final test came at dawn, when the horizon lit with fire. Archon ships descended, soldiers in silver armor demanding Zirathul's execution. On the other side of the wasteland, Dractyl war packs gathered, their roar shaking the ground. Ward and his people were caught in the middle, their shields flickering, their supplies nearly gone. The others begged him to abandon Zirathul, but Ward stood firm. If we give him up, we prove them right. That compassion means nothing. I'd rather die human than live as a coward. The standoff seemed impossible. And then Zirathul rose. For the first time since the humans found him, he spread his wings wide, scars glowing under the twin suns. His voice thundered across the plains. I was left to die. I was cast aside. But these humans, they saw me. They healed me. They gave me a name beyond monster. He turned to both armies. You call me traitor. You call me weapon. But I choose my own path. And I choose them. What happened next became legend. When the Dractyl charged, Zirathul did not join them. He defended the humans. His claws tore through war beasts. His roar shook the battlefield. When Archon soldiers unleashed plasma fire, he shielded the humans with his wings, enduring the storm. And when the dust cleared, when bodies lay broken and ships smoldered, it was not the Archon nor the Dractyl who stood victorious. It was the humans, bloodied, exhausted, but alive, beside the beast they had saved. Neither side dared attack again. To strike at the humans now was to invite Zirathul's wrath. Word spread across the stars. The humans had tamed the Dractyl not with chains, but with kindness. In the months that followed, Zirathul traveled with the humans. He became both guardian and friend, a living symbol that even monsters could change when shown compassion. Worlds that once spat at the mention of his kind now told stories of him. The beast who chose humanity, and humanity, once dismissed as fragile newcomers, earned a new name whispered across the galaxy, the saviors of Forsaken. For in a galaxy where everyone else had left the beast to die, only the humans had stayed.